Hey, this is Daniel from Ethereal Mind, and I just wanted to make a fun little time capsule video, something to date stamp and maybe come back to later. It's 3 in the morning, May 15th, 2026, and I'm curious to see how this pans out in the long run. So I am doing a really in-depth study right now on the Holy Spirit, both in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, but specifically in the New Testament. And I'm trying to pay very close attention to the Greek definite article, as well as look at a lot of verse translations from the Septuagint, or the LXX as it's sometimes called for shorthand. And I'm noticing that there are very specific patterns about when the Greek definite article shows up in various places in the New Testament, like with the Holy Spirit. Well, another interesting place where the definite article shows up is in regards to Jesus using the title, the Son of Man. If you pay close attention to the Greek in the New Testament, and the Son of Man title is used in many different places, you will find, at least so far as I have checked, that the Son of Man has actually two definite articles. I want to say every instance of the Son of Man has two definite articles, but I haven't exhaustively checked every reference yet. But one thing that's very interesting about the Son of Man is that that title also comes from the book of Enoch, because on Enoch's journey to meet Metatron, which ends up being his heavenly counterpart or his spiritual counterpart, Metatron is the supreme angel in the Enochian journey. And if you're curious about that, or if you want to learn more about that, by the way, I highly recommend looking into scholars like Dr. Michael Heiser and especially Dr. Andrei Orlov. Great work. But the title for the Son of Man is applied to the Enoch Metatron journey. What I'm so curious about is to know if the Son of Man has two definite articles in the Greek when Enoch and Metatron are mentioned. So I did a little research on this, and what's interesting is I found out that for First Enoch, in the Greek at least, we are missing a large swath of chapters. You can read the entirety of First Enoch, even if it's compiled from different sources. But specifically, since the New Testament is written in Greek, I wanted to see a reverse interlinear for Enoch, for First Enoch, specifically in the Greek. And I did not realize until today that when I had purchased the Lexham English Septuagint from Logos, I just bought that a few weeks ago. It's excellent, by the way. First Enoch is included in that Septuagint. However, there is a huge swath of chapters missing, and rather inconveniently, all of the chapters that reference the Son of Man in Enoch are missing from that particular manuscript source of First Enoch. Again, we're specifically talking about the Greek. So at the moment, my understanding is from scholarship, we do not have Greek manuscripts for First Enoch for those missing chapters. My understanding is we have First Enoch from other traditions, like Ethiopia and other places, but specifically in Greek, my understanding is we do not have a large swath of chapters in First Enoch in the Greek. And that's what I really need to continue conducting my study on the Greek definite article. I would really like to know in the Greek, when the Son of Man title is used in Enoch, is there one Greek definite article, two Greek definite articles, or some other weird thing that's going on? And it is quite literally not possible for me to check that right now. So that's interesting, inconvenient, but also I sort of look at it as a fun challenge, right? Because I thought, okay, well, the Lord talks all the time about seeking and finding, knocking and the door will be opened, right? You don't have because you don't ask. So I thought, you know what, today, and technically it was yesterday, so May 14th, 2026, yesterday / tonight or today, I thought, why don't I just pray to God about this, and let's just see what happens. If we don't have Greek manuscript sources for those missing chapters in 1st Enoch, so I can't check like word for word, interlinear matching. I thought, why don't I just pray to God and see if maybe he'll end up bringing or leading someone to discover Greek fragments of those missing chapters of 1st Enoch. How cool would that be? It would be a huge blessing to scholarship all over the world, and it would really help me out too as I'm continuing my study on the usage of Greek definite articles with really special titles in the New Testament. So starting today, I'm going to pray that someone, somewhere, somehow ends up finding Greek fragments of 1st Enoch, particularly the chapters that were missing. And I would love for those to be incorporated by scholarship into all sorts of digital libraries like on Logos, so that I can buy said manuscripts and take a look at the Greek. You don't have because you don't ask, right? The book of James criticizes Christians for that quite a lot. So I thought, this is just a kind of cool but weird but also awesome prayer request that I think God would enjoy having. So starting today, I'm going to pray that perhaps we can find those Greek manuscripts for 1st Enoch. It would be really fun to see where the scholarship can take us. So just making this fun little video for keepsakes, and stay tuned. Let's see what happens. Thanks.